What's up, guys? Welcome back. Patreon request today from Ken. This is Ceramagnus from Jurassic World. Big Triceratops looking dude with green feathers along the spine and a bit of the face. So let us try draw this cool dinosaur. So I actually found the person who did the modeling, the CG modeling on ArtStation. I always think these things are cool. So landscape page, use a pencil, use an eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. Start with the eye. Head down here. I'm going to go for the full body, by the way. Just because the head is huge anyway, so to fit the whole head in, you might as well get the tail. Let's go. Curve, up and down. Then the bottom eyelid, so you're going for like a grain of rice sort of shape, you know, or an almond or like a lemon maybe. And then bottom eye, or iris, sorry, comes from the top eyelid to the bottom. And around pupil. Fairly large pupil actually, looks like. So then we got sort of like, you know, big bony head, right? But we got like eyelid lines and stuff first. So all these bags and things around the eye. Just adding these wrinkles, roughly speaking. And like the rougher you kind of do it, the better it kind of looks, you know. So just like let your hand be loose, I guess. Kind of like that, kind of bags under the eyes. So he's got like a big bone on the brow that seems to go back to a bone in his skull. So it goes, I think it goes this way. Down there. And this will run all the way to the nostril here. Just like a black nostril with some skin around. Right, so yeah, this bone line kind of goes a bit further back that way. We might have a top portion a little bit here. Okay, so we got a beak on this guy, so kind of Triceratops like beak. Real sharp, sort of there. And then the sort of gum line sort of comes down from that, sort of the skin of the face. Like that. Right, and there's some texture lines on this. The bottom half here, not as sharp on the bottom. Oh, maybe we'll do this a bit sharper. That way. And I can just see his tongue sort of poking out here. And then the back of the sort of mouth that way. Some textures on this. Right, so skin of the chin just goes back and it hits the sort of feathered sort of section here. It just starts to get kind of hairy, kind of spiky feather sort of part on his cheek. Just starts like underneath the eye, right? And there's like awesome wrinkles just. So choice, do this side or the top side first. Maybe I'll do the feathered section first. So just like a zigzag. It's like a big clump of feathers just here on the face. It's either hair or feathers. It's very sort of furry anyway looking. So just these curved spikes. Right, and you could do some textures inside if you wanted. Well, that's kind of green in there. Right, so we'll go up the snout now, kind of this bumpy line. There's all wrinkles sort of coming around the snout at the front. We get a sort of rhino-like horn here, right? So you got the skin section at the top, and then a rhino-like big one going out here. You can do it really sharp, but they are kind of round on top. They're not like, pointy like a knife or anything. And then we go to another little small one that's behind it. We'll put like some textures on it. And then we got rows and rows of these then. So we'll go, there's like a line up the middle, sort of that way, like a bump in the middle of the forehead. And then we go up. There, and then another one behind that one. Right. Textures. You know, all wrinkles and stuff around. Okay, so this big plate on the back of the head. So beside this, right, there's a gap in the skin, like in the head itself. So it's kind of like an egg shape. Okay. And then like above that one, this is like the center one, kind of. So there's like, they go in two different directions past this one. So some go that way and then some go down this way, right? And there's like a gap inside. So we'll have sort of lines around all this. So maybe we'll go to the feathers first and then fill in the gaps here. So basically we'll go, like, it's got a curve at the bottom and then like that. And then we go a bump. And the curve for the base of it. This is going to go all the way down here. So it's like 3 or 4 down here. I'll get all this in, and then I'll add the textures all at the same time. There's like some bones that join to there, but say on, what did I do? This one, right? So this guy goes in that way. So this sort of spike goes out there. And sort of back in here, right? And there's like a round skin portion. And then it like runs that way. There's a couple of extra little headlines here. And then I think a spike or two that we should be able to see on the other side. Like so. And then I can see in the gap here, the start of his back. Okay. So now textures, so there's like all these wrinkles and, you know, vertical sort of lines that follow the curve of the curvature of the spikes, just light sort of ones. And then there is this bone line that goes the whole way like to there. Again, it's kind of loose. It's not like a hard dark bone that's like just follows the sort of shape of everything. And then like textures around all here. Loose sort of lines. Imagine you throw a fishing net over it, you know, crisscross sort of lines. So he also seems to have these glowing green lines on coming up the head. I think it's like a coloring thing. So you probably want to do that with color, maybe not line, you know. So anatomy now. So say like, right, so there's like a feathery neck, like a hairy kind of spiky section here. It goes like over the shoulder and everything, and goes up the back. So you're just adding these sort of hair spikes the whole way up to right where the spine starts, which is kind of like here, right? So this is kind of like hairy, and it's got all spikes and stuff on it. Hairy and furry sort of runs down the body. Like you're just giving him like a fur collar. It's like a scarf or something. So this sort of, we get like a hind leg sort of situation here. You know, it's kind of like his knee. And then this runs down to the tail, and this has all feathers on it as well. I'm just doing this roughly, sort of spiking. It's kind of the rougher you do it, sort of the more hairy it looks. So kind of helps, you know. There's all kind of feathers down the base. It looks like anyway. So kind of like bigger sort of spikes then. And then the sort of skin part of the tail then sort of goes that way. That's all sort of green inside. So tail joins the belly, which kind of joins the knee as well. So go this way. And it goes down behind another leg and sort of like comes back up in there somewhere. So say this leg comes down. I'll do like the toes all together because it's just the same process kind of. Front leg here, big, strong, sort of rhino-like. He has those glowing green spots all over. So one leg there, and then the other one here. And then another one at the back somewhere, sort of hiding back there. So we got spikes going all the way down the back as well. Forgot those. So let's see, starting here, right? Basically coming out behind these feathers. Kind of stops there maybe. And then we'll do toes. So elephant-like flat toes. So let's go around this way. Although he has sharp claws kind of at the front here. How many? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Like so. And go the same on the other side. And back here as well. Okay, and then so we just got to add, sort of like throw your net over the dino now. So I can add sort of, say like following the curvature of his belly there. If my pen was a bit better. You know, you're like crisscrossing these lines. Say over his knee and everything, his thigh. Just like a vector. That makes sense to you. Dots and stuff work as well, but you can keep doing texture on dinos for like hours if you wanted. And of course he has like a green glow and everything, but they're like, look like scars, but they're green. I don't know if I should draw those or not. Kind of look like this. Like that, kind of like a scar, and they're all, but it's done with green color. It's probably better to do it that way, maybe. They're kind of glowing. We shall see. I might do it. Okay. But I think that's the best that I can do. Hope it was helpful. Ken, cool dino. Thanks for the support on Patreon. See you in the next one.